Today marks 1 year when the war began between Armenia and Azerbaijan. For 44 days that followed, thousands of lives were lost, schools, medical facilities, cultural sites were destroyed, up to 100,000 people were displaced. And to this day, over 200 Armenian POWs have not been released. Through it all, the local community here in Los Angeles united in an incredible way. People mobilized quickly to raise funds and bring awareness. The work continues still. Matt Donnan has been creating art with aluminum cans for years.
I've always been fixated on how they managed to keep the label on there, and the colors are so beautiful to me. It is my favorite part because I sort all the cans, and you'll see that in Los Angeles County, the things I have the most are La Croix Pamplemousse and Diet Coke, because everybody in LA is convinced that that means you're drinking water. My first piece was actually Clint Eastwood. The Tyler Durden piece is made exclusively in Rockstar. It had always been my hope that the aluminum work could serve a greater good.
His latest piece is of an Armenian soldier named Albert Hovhannisyan, and it has become something bigger than anything Matt could have ever imagined. Albert Hovhannisyan was a junior sergeant in the Armenian army. This photo of him on the front lines quickly became an iconic image. Hundreds of media outlets around the world used this very image while covering the war. Sadly, not long after this picture was taken, Albert was killed. He was 19.
When I posted that Albert Hovhannisyan had passed away, he contacted me, wanted to provide his support for the cause, and made a donation from himself and his family. And when I went over again to receive the donation, we were in his garage where he does most of his work, and he offered to build a piece.
Andranik Turanian and Matt have been friends for years. When the war started on September 27, 2020, Andranik became heavily involved in fundraising efforts. He was busy raising awareness, posting stories, and constantly updating what was going on. Matt was following along.
It became evident to me that the world was willing to turn a blind eye, and I have a hard time wrapping my head around that.
This is this 19-year-old kid who's, dressed in military garb and is out on the front lines, putting his life on the line. He should be in college, should hang out with his girlfriend, but instead he's out fighting this war.
Nobody was paying attention and nobody was watching. My motto is, if nobody's listening, I'm going to talk louder.
So they created an enormous piece, 10 feet by 8 feet, using roughly 11,000 perfectly cut 1-inch squares of 47 varieties of aluminum cans to bring Albert's image to life. This project, piece for piece, truly became a community effort.
You dump all your pieces into one. It's like building an enormous puzzle. And that day that we held the event, 60 people came together to build the puzzle. This is Red Monster.
Collectively, we probably spent over 1,000 man-hours.
Andranik took this thing and he ran with it with such passion. And he said to me early on, when the Armenian community comes together, it's a beautiful thing. And I saw it that day. I only wish that I could be part of a community that strong, and perhaps I am. I'm not an activist. I just love my friend, And to me, that was really what it was about.
The portrait of Albert is a reminder to everyone of what happened in 2020. It's a reminder and a tribute to all the young lives and just all the lives that were lost in the process of this war.
Recently, the public had an opportunity to see this piece during the local screenings of the documentary 45 Days, The Fight for a Nation. They're still searching for a permanent location to display the artwork, somewhere where the general public can have access to it. And tonight at 8 o'clock, there is a commemoration event and a candlelight vigil planned in Glendale on North Artsakh Avenue to mark the 1-year anniversary of the 2020 war.